Hello and welcome to Fishbowl's video blog as we discuss Fishbowl's Agile-like approach to Oracle WebCenter portal projects. For this topic, you're actually going to be hearing from Fishbowl's Technical Project Manager, Justin Ames.
Hey Jason, thanks for having me.
And Justin and I are actually sitting in Fishbowl's Scrum War Room, as our portal team likes to call it, and this is where our team meets with customers for their Scrum meetings. So we thought what better location to discuss this topic. So Justin is going to share with all of you an overview of what Agile and Scrum mean, how it is applied to portal development, as well as the customer benefits of applying Agile to an overall portal project. But first I'm going to provide a quick overview of Fishbowl Solutions, really focusing on our portal background, because after having been involved in multiple portal projects over the years, we began to look for ways to improve how these projects were managed, so we could help customers better achieve their true portal vision. And across our experiences, we've helped companies deploy employee intranets, as well as customer and partner portals, with each one of those being a little bit different in terms of size and complexity. We've learned a lot from these deployments, and these experiences have enabled us to build up a pretty good knowledge base and asset library, which you can actually access from the Fishbowl website. We've also focused a lot of time and energy on the portal user experience, which is being led by some of the most well-known Oracle UX advocates and technologists in the world, including our very own John Sim out of the United Kingdom. And while the core of our approach hasn't changed, we continue to apply a holistic view of portal projects to really understand what customers are trying to achieve or improve with their portal or intranet. We continue to learn more and leverage enabling technologies from Oracle as well as other third-party applications. This has allowed us to meet and exceed customer expectations by providing a portal framework with the desired user experience. So we've helped many different customers succeed with WebCenter Portal, and since we've evolved now to an Agile-like approach to managing those WebCenter Portal projects, we feel we can help customers elevate that success even further. So that's what brings me to today's topic. But before we dive into the specifics of applying Agile to an overall Oracle WebCenter Portal project, I thought I'd give Justin first the opportunity to really provide an overview of what Agile Scrum is. What do they mean? So Justin, what is Agile Scrum?
Agile itself, it's really an iterative, incremental approach to product development with a priority on satisfying the customer through early and continuous delivery of value. And so it can be more than just software. Here at Fishbowl, we're focused as a software consulting company on that aspect of it. But really how we use Agile is as our guiding philosophy, and then we apply it through the framework that is Scrum. Scrum is one of many frameworks under the Agile umbrella, and that's one that we use for our portal development projects. How Scrum and Agile differs from a traditional or waterfall method: Agile places a higher value on things like people, working software, customer collaboration. It values those items over traditional and waterfall priorities like process and tools, comprehensive documentation, and planning. It's not to say that those are not used in Agile or of any importance, simply that Agile shifts its focus of its priorities. Looking at the chart in the bottom right to show more of a difference between the waterfall approach versus an Agile approach. Within waterfall, you are constrained by requirements, meaning you set your requirements during the initial phase, and then those stay your requirements generally throughout the course of a project. If you're going to change requirements, it's challenging. It involves timeline changes, it involves additional cost. And so really with waterfall, you have a cost estimated and a schedule estimated at the beginning of your project based on those requirements. Whereas with an Agile approach, the cost and the schedule is fixed at the very beginning, and then your focus is on the features and estimating what features you'd like to see developed and driving toward your value and your vision within the framework. Why Fishbowl has made the shift from more of a waterfall project management for portal development to more of an Agile-like and Scrum approach is simply because our customers are requesting it. They've seen the benefits of Agile, they've seen positive results with Agile, they want to learn more, they're curious about it, and so we're there to help guide them through that process.
And Justin, how is Agile applied to portal development?
So within our Agile approach, it all starts with an information gathering phase. We stay fairly traditional in this phase and having it be what's first. we do want to reiterate with our clients that you don't have to have all of your requirements nailed down as part of this phase, because we are going to be using a Scrum approach as we move into design and as we move into development. And so it gives them a little bit more freedom as they go through that information gathering activity. This process continues then into design activities, which you see across the top included within the Agile framework or the Scrum framework. We can do that two ways. So if Fishbowl is going to be owning the wireframe and the site design process, we would normally do this activity leveraging sprints and the Scrum framework. If the design process will be owned from a wireframing and site design perspective by the customer or perhaps by a third party, we would normally continue to follow that traditional, more waterfall-like approach of getting most of that activity completed before we move into the development and build activities and fully leverage a Scrum approach. So once we have the requirements in hand in our product backlog, once we have wireframes and the site designs far enough along, then we jump headfirst into what we call sprints. So a sprint within the Scrum framework is simply a short development cycle where we take the top priority items from our product backlog and we begin to build those and implement them and show them back to the stakeholders and the product owner through a variety of recurring sprint meetings. Starting at the very beginning with the sprint planning meeting. The sprint planning meeting is an opportunity for the product owner, the stakeholders, and the Fishbowl development team to talk about what are those top priority items that we want to build within this upcoming 2-week sprint. After the sprint planning meeting and we get started within a sprint, we're reporting back that progress through periodic check-ins, which happen daily, which is our daily Scrum meeting. After a series of daily Scrums over the course of our 2-week sprint, the sprint itself wraps up with a sprint review meeting. This is where Fishbowl gets a chance to show off what we've done over those 2 weeks. We do a demo of the features and functionality that are now working in your portal environment and show back to the stakeholders what we've completed that sprint. We're also in this meeting looking for a thumbs up or acceptance from that product owner role to make sure that we delivered the right value and met the requirements we committed to at the beginning of the sprint.
So you mentioned periodic check-ins or meetings. Who's involved in these Scrum meetings?
From a key player perspective, I talked a little bit about who the product owner is. This is someone that has to be an empowered decision maker within the organization. When we're doing these large portal development projects, that's usually someone at a senior director level or even a VP level. That's the person that gets the final say on if a feature or functionality meets expectations and meets the requirement, and they help us a lot with prioritizing what Fishbowl should be working on next so that we're delivering the most value. There's also a project manager role on the customer side. Their top priority is really just making sure that the right people are getting involved in the right meetings and part of the process at the right time. We will engage tech leads and developers on the customer side as well. A lot of what they own is assisting with environment setup, as well as helping us work through any particular integrations or widgets that need to be built out as part of the portal. They'll help make sure that that's all kosher and designed correctly on the customer side. And then finally, we have a business lead or business stakeholder role. They can attend any and all of the sprint meetings that we have throughout the process. They're there to check in and make sure that what we're building is delivering the most value, and they feed a lot of their input back to the dev team through that product owner role. And then on the Fishbowl side, there's several roles within these Scrum projects, starting with an enterprise architect. This is someone that would be included from day one in the analysis sessions, really to help make sure that we're guiding the customer through the process, keeping in mind that we don't want to rack up unnecessary waste or development. We also don't want to put the customer in a position where they're going to be left with a large total cost of ownership once their portal is fully developed. So this person helps guide them through requirements, design, and then keeps those items in mind as we start to build out the site. Next is the project manager, also known as a Scrum Master in this case on the Fishbowl side. This person is guiding the development team as well as the customer through the Scrum process. They want to focus on the sprint at hand, but it's also someone that needs to be able to step back out of that sprint and take a big picture view of the project as a whole to make sure that we have the right items lined up within our backlog and making sure that the development team is getting their questions answered all along the way. And finally, there's the development team on the Fishbowl side. These are the folks that are owning the actual build activities. They're reporting their progress in a daily scrum. They're getting clarification and sharing best practices throughout the way, and really playing a key role in being the engine behind this particular process.
So what are the customer benefits of applying Agile to a portal project?
So there's several benefits for our customers that we've seen so far in our portal development. The first one, when they're using Agile, is that they get the early and frequent visual validation that our customers really seem to embrace. And so by taking this iterative, incremental build approach, our customers are able to see and provide feedback on actual working assets or features and functions within their portal. The second key benefit is one reason why a lot of companies move to Agile or a Scrum framework, and that's a speed to market. Really the key word here is the focused development. So we're always looking at priorities to make sure that what we're working on at the top of the backlog is the highest impact task, and that's what's being done through the sprint cycles. Third is less waste. So the previous two benefits, the feedback and the focus that are achieved through those, really lead into this next benefit around reducing waste. Many times the backlog items that continue to get pushed to the bottom of the list through our backlog grooming or prioritization discussions in the project, many times we realize as we get into it, those aren't even truly requirements, or they have such a low priority that it's not even worth the development time and dollars to get them implemented into the portal. So you'll see this all the time in waterfall projects. What was required day one might not even be wanted by the stakeholders by the time the product is rolled out 6 months to a year later. And finally, meeting and exceeding expectations. So it's a culmination of the three previous benefits. We've had some great feedback from our clients using this approach as we've walked them through the process. And so they love the fact that it's flexible while at the same time adhering to a fixed schedule.
So Justin, if you could summarize then why WebCenter portal customers should consider leveraging an Agile-like approach to their projects, what would you say?
To sum it up, it's really all about the benefits we saw on the previous slide, the best feedback on from our customers. There's a constant communication happening within this framework, constant dialogue. Fishbowl's embracing a show and tell mentality that gives our customers peace of mind that their requirements are valid and that they're going to be seeing the most business value early and often throughout the course of the project. The other thing we can do with this approach is we can prove to our customers that Fishbowl has the technical expertise to get the job done. We're showing you as soon as 2 weeks that the technology itself can do what we've told you it can do, and we're also showing you that our Fishbowl development team can build what we signed up for. And so it allows our technical team to show that we're capable of making it happen, as well as showing that the Oracle WebCenter portal technology supports what our customer is looking to get done.
Thanks, Justin, for that great overview on how Fishbowl is helping customers achieve success through our Agile-like approach to portal projects. For more information on Fishbowl's value-add software and services for Oracle WebCenter Portal, please visit us on our website, email us, or call us at 952-465-3400. You can also engage with us across the various social media channels. Thanks for watching.